Okay. All right. So today we are going to do what's called paper chromatography. So last week you looked at fruit flies, and based on the observed color of their eyes, you made predictions about what pigments were present. Right? You made guesses about what was present, predicting what was going on in that pathway and what phenotype they had. Today we're going to take flies and we're going to separate the pigments in their eyes out with this chromatography method. You can actually see the individual pigments that are there, and you can sort of make some predictions, and you'll see if the predictions were correct in guessing which pigments were present in the eyes of the flies you're looking at. Okay, so how paper chromatography works is it's sort of like if you have ever like spilled something on people and use a napkin to clean it up or a paper towel, and you put that paper towel on it, that's just a corner, and there's the liquid that's moving across the paper towel, which is absorbed. That's how this chromatography paper works. It's a thick type of paper. What we're going to do is we're going to take flies and we're going to cut off their heads because there are pigments in their bodies, and we want to look just the pigments that are in the eyes. Okay. We're going to put the eyes or the head on this paper, and I've got it set up and labeled just like it is up there, where you have a little spot for each genotype of fly that we're going to incubate. And we're going to crush the heads into the paper to break open the eyes and release the pigment. Then we're going to put this into a very scientific instrument, a ball canning jar, just like the grandma used to use. Okay? We're going to put this into here with a solvent at the bottom. And what happens is, just like that paper towel on a liquid on a table, that solvent's going to soak into the bottom of the paper and then begin to move up the paper. And as it moves up and it passes across the fly head, it's going to pick up the pigments in there and move them off the paper. And it's going to move them basically on size, but also a little bit on density and charge. This is separate them out mostly by size. So the smallest pigments will move the farthest up the paper, the largest pigments will stay down towards the bottom. And so we'll actually be able to separate them out. And when we look at this, you will see different little spots or areas where each pigment has moved on the paper. Okay? So we're going to set up one chromatography paper as a whole class, just for time reasons, because we have 8 different genotypes we're going to examine. All right? And so what we're going to do is there will be little vials, and each vial has 6 sliders. What you need to do is get a piece of note card, and you're going to take a razor blade, which is the extra bench, and you're going to cut the heads off your slide. So as you can see on many of these, there's a little note card underneath the microscope. If it's not already there, you can put a note card there. So put a note card underneath the microscope, and then you're going to drop the slide onto there, and then use the razor blade that's at your bench to cut off their head. Okay, this is a little challenging part because they're really tiny. But you have razor blades in the little piece of here. Take off the little paper cover. Clean the razor blade with some isopropyl. Just put a couple drips on the razor blade and just come up to dry it off. And then cut off the 6 fly heads. So you're going to take tweezers or a paintbrush or whatever, and we're going to pile up all 6 fly heads on the little mark that matches their genotype. So wild type will put 6 fly heads right here at this little intersection. Then you have a little glass rod on your bench. You will clean it with some isopropyl, and you're going to take this little glass rod, and you're going to grind those fly heads into the paper to crush open the eyes and release the pigment onto a spot on the paper. Okay? Each person will do 1, possibly 2 vials. You get 800 vials in here. You got 5 people here today. So start, you'll take 1 vial, and when you have those fly heads ready, I'll bring the paper over to you, and you'll put the fly heads on that spot for your genotype, and we'll move it around the room until we get all 8 fly genotypes prepared on the paper. Okay? Then they're going to sit in a jar with that solvent for like 6 hours to let the pigment separate, and then I'll take it out and dry it, and then next week or sometime later, I'll tell you when you come in and take a look at the chromatography and see what pigments are there. Okay? A couple things. Anything that is oil-based or pigment-based will get separated on this paper. So when you touch this paper, you need to wear gloves. So we have lots of gloves up here. They're kind of hidden behind my laptop in these two cardboard boxes. So you can work without gloves while you're decapitating the flies, but when you're ready to put them on paper, you need to put on gloves so that the oils on your fingers don't get on the paper. If I were to like put my fingers here with the oil on it, you would see the penguins go up, they would hit that oil mark, and they would like diverge and move around it. Okay, so they couldn't move through the oil on paper. So wear gloves when you're handling this paper. Okay, that's also why it's marked as pencil. If I had marked it in like ink or anything, I would separate out the papers that were in ink. And that would secure my results when you go to see them. Okay. All right. Then when you finish one type of slide and document paper, if we still have more slide genotypes to prepare, you can clean off the razor blade, clean off the black rod, get a new note card, and then prepare the next set of plots. Okay. What you're going to do is, this is the document that's on Blackboard that has the instructions. This is the worksheet also that you need to do. So I've scrolled down to the part about preparing the chromatography, but there are some questions up here for you to answer and read about as a preparation for looking at the results next week. Okay, so we'll make some predictions here about what the genotypes are going to look like, what you think the paper is going to look like when we're done, and then when we get done, you'll compare that to what your actual results were down here. Okay. There are two documents on Blackboard. One is called Chromatography. That's the one you need to do. The other one is called Bioinformatics. Don't worry about that one. Okay. All right. Questions about what you're doing today? Yes. Not the bioinformatics. Do not worry about it. I knew what I do for study one, but I'm not going to use it. I decided that we're not going to worry about it. In lab. Yeah. The bodies, when you're done, we just put them in that trash. We used to have a slide board. I have a really fun slide board. It was a jar with some like ibuprofen on it that you would dump the slides into. But Dr. Burke didn't leave me a slide board today. I figured nothing would kill in your kitchen anyway, so we're just going to do the garbage. Figure done. Okay. All right. So I need to figure out empty vials and go bring out the 18 vials of supplies. But you can go ahead and get your microscope turned on. I'll have the slides out here, and then we'll start preparing them to put on the paper. And just make sure you grab one file at a time. That way you don't get the genotypes mixed up. What are you going to use for my So it's easier to see that the way the head and the body to cut them off. So just make sure you have the card on right so that you're not cutting and scratching up the base of the microscope. Yeah. Yeah, you can try to do it without the scope, but they're so small. It's like actually easier to see with the microscope. Yep, so just grab one of those vials. There should be 6 slides in there. You're going to decapitate all 6 of them.